And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, Futures family, it's me again. It's time for Make HOAG Money. Let's see what we can find here. This is me, Senior Performance Coach, here at Top Step. This is the CFTC disclaimer. Futures does contain substantial risk. You do run the risk of losing more than your initial investment because these are leveraged products. We should only be using risk capital, which is money that you can afford to lose. Top Step's going to take care of that for you when you're successful in the trading combine. We are not suggesting the purchase or sale of anything we are doing here. This is for educational purposes only. This is a live account. This is my account. So past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, right? All right. Let's bring up the platform and talk about where we are at today as far as any opportunities. This morning, we have had the opportunity to trade both sides of the current area of balance. We talked about this on the prep this morning. We're in range, we're in balance, we're going to fade the extremes of the area of balance as long as it holds. This is the 30-minute chart here. So what we were looking at was Monday's high and yesterday's low. Look at where we have traded to. Monday's high, yesterday's low. Caught the short for a little while here on the way down. Been trying to stay long against the low here. We did put in a poor low, which is a little bit concerning. But as long as we're holding from yesterday's low, we're still in range and we're still using range-bound rules. I see we've got Greg here wants to chat today, so we'll have Greg chat here, and if anybody else wants to join us, please let us know. It's good to see everyone. Rooster, good to see you. Dan, Matt, Gnostic, James, Bill, Adam, Sean King. Rooster, and you do give me some chuckles from time to time. It's good to see everyone. Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Okay, thanks for asking.
You sound quiet. You sound like you're sad.
No, sir.
All right,
just
good.
Quiet around me. I'm inside today.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, today was a nice trade on along the high for sure. And as you said, we're on the lower end of the extreme. Ooh. I'm interested to see if we're going to get a pullback and continue to trend to the downside, or stay within
the range, right?
Within the range, but more like the lower part of the range. Because it's hard to see me touch back to where we started from.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be expecting that, and I'm currently long on the bottom here, and it's come back and visited me 3 times, just like the ghosts of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future. And it's, finally kind of, getting back into some decent profit here, but maybe I was a little bit too aggressive in looking for a profit target off that low in the first place.
That's true too, but it came down 3 times and it's still being respected, so that's a great sign to the upside.
Yep.
I agree with you with that.
Nice job, Rooster. Rooster made $3,100 in his funded account today. That's awesome, Rooster. Great to hear it.
Excellent.
Lacey says hello to everyone as well. Hold on a second here. They're probably having a hard time hearing you, so I'm going to fix things up with that. Now we got you.
Right.
So what do we do here, Greg? Do we look for another pullback near the low for an opportunity for a long?
Yeah, I agree.
You do.
Yes, I do.
All right. So let's send a poll and we'll see if we get that opportunity. The question is, do we look for an opportunity near the low for a long? We are getting feedback here in Zoom already, and let me start a poll here in S&Ps. Look to long near the low.
I like the 42.76 level. A pullback near there. So if this is our base, I'm gonna say 76.75.
So basically the volume.
Oh, touche. Yes, it is on a 30-minute. Because on the 1 minute, we made a new high, right? So we're making a new high. That means we're showing bullish structure.
Here's
so
the
if we
1
get a
minute.
pullback, yeah.
There we go.
So if we get a pullback and we violate that high, that's not a good sign of strength to the upside. So I got 42, change the character. We got 42, 76, 75. Right. 42, 76, 75. That area right here. See that little cluster?
This little low here.
Right.
So we don't want to take out that low.
Yeah, that right. From a candlestick perspective.
So we can keep this pretty cheap.
Yes, we can. So let's see if we get a pullback no higher than that. No lower than that point. I think that'll be our invalidation
So
point.
76.75 is our long, right? And,
Right.
And then where is that pullback? Yeah, right here. 76 even. We'll go 75 half. I mean, we can't. Is that right? 76, 75. And this low here. So it's really cheap. I like cheap trades, Greg. I think he's on the phone. Isaac, I'm glad. Hopefully, you had a good day. You know, you're holding on. So we're in. Greg, if you can hear me, we're in. This is off really short time frame here.
Yes, sir, in. Our stop loss is 69.
Four. You got down at 74 half. It's so tight. This risk on this. We go 75 because you're looking at this low here as our risk, right?
Right.
All right. So, well, here's the poll: 70% yes on YouTube, 75%, 71% yes on Zoom. So we like the trade. Limited risk. It's holding in there for now. Let's see what happens.
Our stop loss is 69, right?
No, I have less than that because I mean this was that.
74.50. Okay.
Yeah, you want it all the way down to 69?
No. I misread your
the dome?
Your chart.
Oh,
yeah, I misread your chart.
Yeah, there's the stop there.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at kind of an extension below that low there, right? Which we just took out. Probably some other stops there, right?
Right.
Do we move it below this one?
No, let's keep it there.
All right.
I mean, if we move it,
Well, actually, it is below that one by a tick. We'll see what happens. Oh, my goodness. Rooster, I do think that. So we started coming off the high here when the Bank of Canada raised rates by 0.25%. I think that threw a little chill into U.S. investors, right? Okay, we're out of that.
stopped out.
Yeah, we're out.
Mm-hmm.
So are we still looking at a long against the low here?
sentiment is changing.
This is the fourth time down.
Yep. Where's the lowest low? The lowest low was at 71. Wait, no, it's not.
No, the low of the
69.25.
69 core, 69 and a half in the minis.
Yeah, no.
Quarter in the
ESM
S&Ps.
is,
It's a poor low here in the S&Ps.
This is even lows.
Yeah, it actually, I period went one tick below. That's a true poor low. Hey, my brother's here. What's up, Randolph? Well, Trader Fabe, you get that kind of news on any news feed. This is one that I like here. I'll put it in the chat here on YouTube. Investing.com is usually pretty quick with that information. You see it, okay. Well, here's that link anyways. Isaac still likes the short more. No, we should not be moving stops lower, Adrian. I mean, we're still valid for longs according to our range-bound rules. We're going to see if we can't find some way in here. Happy, happy, joy, joy. And then I'm just going to put a stop down here and we'll see what happens. Now, this could be dead wrong. I'm still long because it's still a valid trade.
Hey, we just got stopped out early.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think we had the right trade location.
I agree. I was a little bit too aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we may have missed this one now. Who knows? But on the prep this morning, we looked at Monday's high and yesterday's low as the extremes, and we reached both of them. It's a pretty good trading day.
Yeah, if you did your homework, I definitely agree.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's crazy to look at the daily and the 30-minute.
Target, I'm looking halfway back. I want to fill in this little anomaly hole here if we do end up getting long. There's that half back, Greg.
Yeah, I love halfback. So valuable. Halfback on which period?
The day.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because the range is set already. 87.
Come and get us. Where is VWAP? I got VWAP on this chart. 85. Pretty close to half back. 87's half back. Rick was asking where VWAP is. So we're back on the 30-minute chart here for now.
Yeah, we're like this would be somewhat of a bull flag. I mean, a bear flag.
On the 30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of indecision after a huge sell-off.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of opposite direction, higher lows, a little bit higher highs till now.
Axiometric wedge pattern. Let me see. Let's make some trend lines. See what we got. What shape we have. We could make we can see what we could do here. I like to pontificate while we're waiting for price.
Sure.
We could connect. How much?
Well, then you're a good pontificator.
Haha, I take it. So we can start from the 12 o'clock highs. From 12, we connect 12, which is 11 for you, and what's that? 2:30, which is 1:30 for you, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's that 12 o'clock bar, 11:30 bar here.
That's how you want to connect it? Okay. I started from 11, and I connected
11. That's 11 your time.
No, 12 my time, which would be 11 for you. I started my line there, and I connected the 2:30 my time, so that'll be 1:30 your time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact. Or
well, are you on the 30? Are you on the 30-minute chart?
30-minute chart, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I see 2 on the top
All
and
right,
3
we can
on the
connect
bottom.
those 2. All right, we can do those 2. Oh, Mr. Hogue.
Very loosely placed, I should say.
Mr. Hogue, you know, I entered at 74 when we pulled back. I thought you said you entered.
No, we were trying to squeeze 73 quarter.
Oh, because I said, you know what? Being that we're so that all right, that pullback took us out, right? But we still didn't invalidate the low of the day.
We still
So
haven't, right?
It's that low.
We still have not.
Correct. So I jumped in at 74.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I hate to do that when we're not on the same page. Okay. So we have a reference point.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
We're just sitting here at the point of control. I just can't do anything at the point of control. It's like, it hurts me.
DOC. That's where all the orders are.
Raymond, here's a book for you. Mind Over Markets by
Yeah, man. Please read that
James
book.
Dalton. There you
Forget
go.
about the movie tickets for tomorrow. Forget about that dinner tonight. Forget about that bottle of liquor. I'm telling you guys, please.
Well,
Just on the book too.
Hopefully you've already got that bottle of liquor.
Finished it already. I get another one. but it's needed for futures because, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Hogue, the futures market has more market cycles than any other market, right? Is that safe to say?
What do you mean by market cycle?
Market cycles in terms of high and low, the whole contraction, expansion, distribution, things of that nature?
It depends on the situation, right? There's times where the market just kind of grinds higher or just kind of grinds in a range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It depends on what time frame you're looking at.
And exactly, yeah. I mean, you could probably, view 15, 20 market cycles on a 5-minute chart that you would look at one market cycle on a 30 or an hourly.
Correct. I agree. When you trade on a higher time frames, it helps you trade and to avoid over trading.
That's what that's one of the reasons why I pretty much focus on that 30-minute chart, but it's also how it directly relates to the market profiles, because the profiles, at least the way I'm looking at them, there's different time frames for different profiles. Ben, I think, looks at 10-minute profiles sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm of the mindset that you want to be in agreement with most of the market. That's just me. Like I'm not against the exotic profiles, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12. You get what I'm saying? But you want to be in line with the scope of the market.
And that's really what the profile does for me, is it puts the market in context, right? Context is, what is the market trying to tell you? What's it trying to do, and what is it trying to tell you?
have to react from that information based on history.
Yeah. So, now I'm long, still long, not in make HOAG money, but I'm long and I'm holding on to it because we have not broken the lower extreme of balance yet. So we buy against it. We buy against it until it proves wrong.
Yeah. We're in profit now.
I mean, yeah, we missed our opportunity for the long here. We were.
So now, how would you come in off of this long?
Here I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, because it's bad trade location.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we're looking at value is higher. Well, TPO value is down here. TPO value high is here. We got volume value low is right here. So as far as value is concerned in volume, this is good trade location for a long. Because this is the low of that value area. But in TPO, which is time-based, this is the low of the value area now. This would be much better trade location, right? For a long?
Right. Based on the TPOs, because we have an even low, well, a weak low, and the next period open above it. So you could risk against the weak low.
Yes.
That's the mindset, right?
Yeah, and really the risk is the weak low or the low from yesterday, because those were the extremes that we talked about this morning on the prep. We talked about Monday's high and yesterday's lows as the extremes of the area of balance that the market is currently in. And we traded to the high from Monday, and we traded to the low from yesterday. So the market is still holding the range-bound market state, so we have to trade to that market state. If I anticipate a break of this market state, I'd be short in the hole down here.
Definitely. And I'm not going to lie, Mr. Hope. I took the open range trade today. Was profitable. I cut the trade, and then I noticed the high, but it didn't get to the high. It was just underneath.
Just short of it.
I was saying to myself, right. But my mindset was we didn't break it. So because we didn't break it, I didn't trust it. But then if you really think about it, if he was to risk near the high, it's a cheap trade.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. That was a beautiful cheap trade. I was looking for that, and man, oh man, you could have risked 3-4 points and it was worth 30.
Exactly. But now, like say, if you get to the high and it doesn't break it, you just have to just put a risk above it and just see if it hits it. I think it was 32.06, but it didn't get there. 43.05, 43.06. And it got near it. I said, I was worried, man, because now you get into picking tops, but we have a reference point. So,
well, that's the reason. Yeah, I mean, we looked at the balance extreme is Monday's high. Balance extreme is Tuesday's low. And we stopped.
This is a weekly balance.
We stopped. Yeah, that's basically this week's range, right?
Correct.
So we stopped short of it up here, and we stopped short of it down here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cheap trade.
Definitely. That was a learning experience for me. We went a level higher. So for the week, that's the high. See, you learn something every day, Mr. Hogue.
My guy Mason is asking if you were short from 72. I wouldn't be short from 72. I'd be long there, but have I added to it? Because I am long. I have not. But
you see, that's a mistake us retail traders make. Just because the trend was bearish, if price gets too cheap, that's when we start to short it, and that's a mistake that we make.
Right. No, I think Mason is talking about if I were long from 72 in the ES.
Okay.
Because it's been in profit several times and it's come back to it. would you add to it? In this case, I did not. And the more times it comes back down there, the less likely I am.
Also, you add more on a pullback after price leaves you.
No, just because of the number of times. Yeah, see, he's saying he meant long. That's okay, Mason. No, because we've got the extreme here, and we've revisited it once, twice, 3, 4 times now. If we're going to exhaust buyers down here, it's going to happen, as we continue to press against them. I don't think we're going to. What I think doesn't matter. My hypothesis is we're going to hold that low. But if it doesn't, I'm going to lose very little on that trade. And part of the reason I didn't add to it is because we've revisited a few times. So we may be exhausting the buyers down there. So we may get our entry here.
Is market exhaustion in mind over markets? I didn't get too far in the book yet, but just trying to cheat through you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Let me get the Bible out here. Hang on.
Can you hear me, Mr. Holt?
Yeah.
Did the Canada fires get to the area?
Did the what?
The fires from Canada.
To my area?
Yeah.
Just barely. I'm looking out the window now, and it's a little bit hazy. It's not like it is out on the East Coast.
Yeah. I'm in New York.
Oh, you got it bad there.
Yeah, we got to stay inside. So I didn't really do anything today.
Yeah. So, Greg, when we're talking exhaustion, we're kind of talking excess.
Okay.
Right. So, do we have we ended up with a little bit of exhaustion up here. We had excess. Single TPOs, price got too expensive, buyers backed off, sellers took over. Do we have excess at the bottom? Do we have exhaustion at the bottom? No. We had excess yesterday at that level. But today we don't have an excess. We have a poor low. So the downside auction is kind of proving that it is unfinished. Now there's 2 reasons we could have a poor low. The short time frame traders who are in control today got too short to continue to push. Or we've got a weak low and the downside auction is unfinished. I know what my brother's thinking. He's thinking, we're going to go lower. He's always a bear. He's always a bear.
So, but this wedge pattern that we're in is very key because we're bouncing inside of it.
Yes, we are. Here it is.
You got to go with the break. This will make trading fun. Once you can find the reasons to stay put and find reasons to go in, it makes your survival rate longer. And that's the key. That's key to maintaining your account.
Well, and that's got. It has to be there. There has to be a ruling reason. There's reasons to take trades. There's probably an equal number of reasons not to take a trade. Which is most important in the current context? The only reason I'm still holding this long and thinking about getting long and make HOAG money here is because the ruling reason would be we're range bound. We're near the low end of that range, which allows me to limit risk.
That's what the game is about. So even if we were to lose, we're not losing much.
Right.
If we continue to play with this style, the winners will be bigger than the losers.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes. 100%. When you can find opportunities that offer little risk for bigger rewards, you're trading asymmetrically. And even if you're only right 4 out of 10 times or 3 out of 10 times, if you've got really good reward over risk, you're maintaining and building the account.
Guess what happened to me today? When I missed that long earlier, I actually missed the end of the initial balance. So I couldn't get in. I seen the entry, but I missed it. And I didn't chase it. I thought about you. Don't get in front of the railroad train.
That's it, right?
It's It's tough, but I'm really proud of myself that I didn't force any trades. I took 3 today. And that was it. And the 2 was just now. The 2 just now on the opening range trade earlier today. And I stayed out in the middle. I just don't feel like chasing it.
I'm just trying to go through some of the comments here. Avon calling.
1 second.
Jorg took out the daily high from yesterday and came back in. And we did that. And we didn't take out the high from the day before, which was really the kind of context that we were kind of looking at. Oh my goodness, we're just never going to get this thing filled here, are we? And if we do, we're probably not going to want it. Ain't that always the way? Oh yeah, we did have opportunity, Jeff, in the coaching session, because that's when I think we were getting pretty close to putting in this low here. 12:30s when we put in the low. So when we came back down to that area during group coaching is pretty much where I took my long. It's on a different computer. So I have a dedicated computer for trading. We're trying to cheap into this, but we'll see. So Mason, this is a really important thing that Mason is saying in the YouTube channel. All my trades this week have been profitable, only to come back and stop me out. Too aggressive with profit targets. There was a question in group coaching about what is VIX. VIX is 14, and it's a very low number. The volatility is very, very low. And in that regard, I'm looking probably to be really reasonable with potential profit targets. It's going to be harder, I think, to get 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1 opportunities unless you really get the context and find the extreme. You're going to have to be an innovator to get the bigger picture, to get the bigger opportunities. Mason, I was short up here and I got out at low of volume value from yesterday. So there was a really good trade. And I could have tried to demand to get an opportunity to take that short at a lower level, closer to yesterday's low, which was the lower extreme of balance that we were looking at. And
too risky.
But I wanted to be reasonable because I know that VIX is very low. So we're not going to see volatility, which means opportunities are going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit less, a little bit smaller. So I tried to be as reasonable as I could. There was point of control, volume point of control on the way down, TPO point of control on the way down. We got to the low of volume value, and I said, that's it, I'm good.
So quick question, Mr. Hoag. So basically the levels we trade against are typically excess highs and excess lows.
Yes. And sometimes, Greg, you'll see like an afternoon pullback low or an afternoon pullback high, right? So if we were to look at this is an afternoon pullback high. I'll be hawking that tomorrow.
Okay, because then now this would be a B-shaped profile,
right?
Long liquidation,
right?
And then the high of the pullback would be tomorrow's range to look at, depending on how price breaks above or below.
Right. So we would look at this afternoon pullback high as an important level. If we were to open below it, if we close down here and we stay below that level overnight, this afternoon pullback high will be kind of pivotal. If we see meaningful participation above that level, that means it's not going to hold and we may rotate back to the upside. If we get to it and we can't maintain reasonable or relatively reasonable participation above that level, this is going to be somewhat pivotal for us.
And just a quick question, what number that is?
That is 42.8375.
Wow. And yesterday's daily pivot is 42.8525.
There you go.
42.8425. It's nice how these levels coincide with each other. That's nice.
And it's all the same information. It's all in how you collect it, right?
Correct. It's understanding what the data means and knowing how to put them together, how to make confluences out of them.
Right. We were talking about how often the market does trade to naked points of control or value area highs and lows or extremes when most people aren't looking at the profile, but the profile isn't guiding human behavior. Human behavior is painting the picture of the profile.
Exactly. Because basically that's the price where traders seen that it was cheap. This where it was support the last time. So it's going to be quote unquote support again.
It could be, right?
Correct. That's why I say quote unquote, because just because they respected it before, that doesn't mean it's going to respect it again.
Joe is saying that we've got a lot of liquidity down below here around 70, which price does tend to go to liquidity, right?
Yeah, I do, and I do have liquidity at 68.
And that's where our stop is. Now that's one tick below yesterday's low. If I had my druthers, I wouldn't put the stop right there. I'd have it a little bit further away, but we're going to leave it there for now.
Okay, so how about this trade idea for the next 20 minutes? If we break the support and pull back,
we go short.
Always short it to 68. At least that'll be a trade idea.
Well, I would think if we take out this low and we see some participation, we would look to get short on a pullback to 68.
Correct. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if we break the trend line and we make a pullback to it to test it,
all right,
we'll come in.
All right. Mr. Hines has set the price.
So let's just watch price. Now we got the little fishing line for our lunker out there. See if we get something. But that means that'll go counter to your trade, though. I know it's kind of hard to go against your bias.
Wow. My bias is only as good as the outcome.
It's true, though.
Nobody knows.
Okay, so let's make sure that I connected the same line as you, so we're on the same page. Bring on my 30-minute chart. 30-minute charts, everybody. I know it's annoying. It's bad medicine, but it's good for you. I'm telling you, when I first used to watch the market prep, I don't think I missed an episode, I hate it when you leave, but...
Well, I'm gonna be out of the office next Thursday and Friday and Monday and the Monday and Tuesday after, so I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, I know. That's okay, man. You told us already, so I'm prepared.
All right.
I gotta spend time with the queen.
All right.
Yes, sir. You see. There we go. Here goes the break.
Yep. What are we looking at as far as... Oh. MOCs. 570 million to the buy side. And we're breaking. What does those MOCs mean? What good are they anyway?
What is MOC short for?
Market on close.
Market on close. Okay.
Here's Joe's liquidity.
Yeah,
70
I
right
definitely
here.
root for Mr. Hoag taking those bigger bites.
70. And the nice thing about, finding cheap trades, if they don't work, you don't give away the day.
You don't give away the day. Survival is important. Half this game is mental, man.
100%.
Being able to say no. The market is very tempting. Very tempting.
Yeah, it's always teasing us into opportunities.
Teasing. Yes. It's like they're dropping the lunker for us.
Here we are. Yeah. Somebody was saying that's the difficult time. That's the difficulty with live trading is you may not see anything that you want to take. But we're going to be doing a lot more of that in the mornings. We're going to have Michael Patak trading his account some mornings. This should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're still going to have the prep and then a whole bunch of stuff after that. No, we broke out of our little triangle here, didn't we?
Triangle. Yep. Took liquidity, so that's showing us rejection so far, which is a good sign for the long. But we gotta wait for it to close. The market is very sneaky like that because, like you said, if everybody's waiting for something, it might not happen.
The market is sneaky, isn't it? It's sneaky and slippery, and once you get the right answer, it changes the questions.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons.
That's what you have to.
It's one of the reasons I love it so much. It's because it's different almost every day. You never know the outcome. You
I like that too.
You take your chances, and if you work the context and hypotheses right, you make money.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to have your toolbox gotta be proper.
Robertson at 70, Isaacson at 71. You heard it here first. There's my entry, Phil. There you go. 68 quarter. Now the liquidity has moved down to. They don't actually want it, do they, Joe?
So we in for the long. Let's go.
Okay, Jeff. We'll see you tomorrow, maybe. Thanks for joining us. Blessings to you as well. All right. Something tells me this thing's just not going to go anywhere.
Come on, S&Ps.
Raymond, the criteria for a long basis when you're only seeing shorts. Well, this morning on the daily chart, we kind of noticed that we've kind of fallen into some range-bound activity Monday, Tuesday. It's an upside digestion, knowing it's rollover and we have low volatility. My main hypothesis for today was to be patient, wait for opportunities at the extremes. Monday's high, we looked at this morning and said that's one of the extremes we're going to look at. yesterday's low we looked at and said, that's another extreme that we're going to look at. So when we're trading range bound rules, we fade the extremes. We sell against the high of the range. We buy against the low of the range until proven wrong. Have we been proven wrong yet? No. Am I loving this? No. But the trade is still valid. And I have very little risk in it. We're long it in Make HOAG Money. I happen to have better trade location than we have in Make HOAG Money. So if we start taking out the low, that's going to be the sign that says, well, maybe the balance area is ready to break. So if that's the case, we look for evidence of acceptance below the area of balance. Yesterday's low is really what we're looking at. And if that's the case, then we have to go with breakouts from balance. Being that it's 15 minutes left in the day, I think we're going to be probably hard pressed to get much out of an acceptance below the range today. We can try it. I'm not going to personally, because I had a good day. I've got a little bit of risk on this trade. If it doesn't work, I'm done for the day. So, if there was a ruling reason, then it's just the fact that we're at the lower extreme of the balance we've been in for now 3 days. Is it 4 days? Look at the value low from Friday. Value low from Friday was the low from yesterday, close to our low from today. There's a lot of reference there. And, thinking about the fact that we're probably in short time frame control with low volume, longer time frame participation, short time frame controlled, a lot of these obvious levels are what sometimes get respected when you're in short time frame control. So that's kind of what we're looking at it. The entry price of this short this morning, let me look. I'm going to pull up my trade report here. Hang on.
What the delta's looking like, Mr. Holt?
My first short was 43.0350. Right up here. Delta negative. Is that right? 3,400? 34,000, I should say. Yes, it is negative 34,000. Not very big directional activity with that deep a delta. I just noticed that. Thanks for mentioning that.
You're welcome, Mr. Holt. Back to our looking for data while we wait.
So the short I took this morning was obviously based almost solely on the fact that this was the upper extreme. Got good trade location on it. Just a few ticks from the high. About 3 or 4 points of risk for a 20-point move to the downside.
Well,
Love it when a plan comes together. Landon, Delta, does it tell you anything at the end of the day? It can. I mean, obviously the move has been to the downside today. That very deep negative delta is telling me that it's probably shorter time frame traders just trying to push price lower, using market orders to get short, using market orders to get short. Are they at risk of getting too short in the hole here? It might be what we're seeing now. We're seeing a pretty decent pullback off that attempt to extend the range lower. There's a lot of short time frame shorts in this market. A lot of them with that negative delta. So here we go. Now we're talking.
Yes, sir.
Keep talking here, guys. You're losing money. Get out. Get out. Who knows what's going to happen in this last minute, but we've squeezed a whole lot of short time frame shorts in this market. They're going home flat. If they're short and they got to go home flat, they have to buy. $5.3 billion on the buy side for an MOC. Holy smokles. That's pretty good. Well, that should put the squeeze on some of the shorts, huh? All right, so I'm going to put a seed in here. What are the odds? What are the odds? Hopefully they didn't see me put that in. Sometimes when you put an order in like that, they know what you're trying to get to, and they try not to get you there. Come on, come on. Yeah, we don't want to cheerlead, right?
Why not?
Usually they hear me and they say, aha, we know where he is.
Where's Waldo? Where's Hoagie?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done for the day here. We'll let this go to 3 o'clock and then we'll take it out. And then we got to make HOAG money tomorrow morning. Don't forget about the prep.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, the last couple of days have been so, there hasn't been any major nuance with which to deal with. It's been kind of a tough trading period, but staying patient has paid.
That's what I'm saying. So it to me, I'm happy you said that, and I feel like it may be tough to like retail traders and things like that, but if you study the market, understand the market process, there are moves in the day. There are moves in the day. So the context that we look for, I think, is predicated on the tools that us traders need to have to find them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you're not studying TPOs, if you're not looking at market volume, value high, value low, you're gonna miss opportunities because we're trained to know EMA crosses and MACD cross.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good though, but if you can't apply them to context,
then what? Yeah, it's
you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's what is the market trying? What is the market trying to do, and how good of a job is it doing getting there? All those other tools can assist you in understanding that you've got correct context.
Yeah. But I think it was Monday. I forgot what day it was. But I can't even say. But it was a trading day where there was nothing there, but the move came in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
How would you know to attack the middle of the day? You know, things like that.
I think I remember that. That was...
Yeah. I think it was Monday or last week sometime.
That was... Well, Monday.
It was Monday.
Yeah, I mean, the market opened, looked higher, held up there seemingly forever. Because I was long and I got out and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
I think that was Make HOAG Money, right? Monday's the early
Yeah.
Monday session?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, we looked short and we got long, made our money back, and we ran out of time.
And the market came back to the initial balance low
Yep.
and created another opportunity.
So look at where we are now. We just put in another week low down here. There it is.
That's the blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a good job with the colors, man. The template is awesome.
Yeah, you got to be able to just look at the profile and say, that was early. This is the middle of the day, and this is the end. This is the end.
This is the end. One more thing,
My
Mr. Holt.
only friend. The
It was
end.
funny earlier today when you said, we don't got no straws to pull, and straws are very thin.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy, Mr. Holt, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, but looks aren't everything.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. Definitely laughed at that one. Yes, sir.
I have flattened my personal position. Just took a very small profit. I don't usually play this late in the day, but we're not going to take any more risk on this.
Yes, it's 3:57, 2:57 your time.
We're flat. We're out. We had a very
And
small
in the
loss.
money.
No big deal. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. Well, let's call it a day. Traders, thank you for joining me. Greg, always a pleasure having you to chat with.
Likewise.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, everybody, on the Market Prep and Make HOAG Money. We'll see what we can do then.
Wait for tomorrow. Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, Mr. Holt.
Have a great day, everyone.
All right.